Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 4 of my Beatles singles. Now, for this section, we are going to be looking at some of the artists who released records on Apple that weren't the Beatles. There's no Beatles or solo Beatles in this, it's just mainly, some of the artists that recorded songs or singles Apple. So we're going to kick off with Badfinger with Come and Get It. And obviously, Come and Get It was actually a Paul McCartney song. It was to a strange film called The Magic Christian. This is actually, I think this is a German pressing. So the actual number on this, the catalogue number is, still might be able to do better that one, is 1C006 stroke 909T6, I think. On the B side is Rock of All Ages, which is again from the film Magic Christian. Did actually get quite high in the UK charts. That's the A side, and that's the B side. You might be able to see the log number better than what I could. Stereo. In the UK, I think this was Apple 20. Yeah, it does actually say Apple 20 on there, doesn't it? You can see it. Of course, Badfinger, I might actually do a video just on them. Very, very talented and in some ways underrated band in the UK. I know they did have success in America and things like that, but it's quite a sad story. But yeah, so that is Come and Get It, German version. Price wise, probably worth around £10. Another Badfinger. This is original UK copy of Day After Day. I love that song. I remember finding out about you. And the UK catalogue number for this was Apple 40. Apple Publishing again. Sweet Tuesday Morning was the B side. A side on this was produced by George Harrison, by the way. And the B side is produced by Todd Ruddington. In fact, George Harrison played guitar on that as well, didn't he? Again, a big hit all around the world. That one, although it doesn't actually say it, was actually produced by Paul McCartney. Come and Get It. And I should imagine that the B side was as well. I could be wrong. It might. I think the B side was actually produced by Tony Visconti. So yeah, Day After Day, original UK solid centre. Not exactly the hardest records to find. Badfinger. Anything in nice condition is quite hard. I'd say that's worth about £8, between eight to £12. This is another copy of Day After Day by Badfinger. Again, solid centre. Slightly better version, this one, although it has got a sticker on it. Brilliant song. Really is a lovely song. Deserved to be number one, to be honest. Very. So there was criticised in one way for being very Beatlesque, weren't they? But then when they did stuff that was completely different, people didn't like it. Yeah. Apple 40, Day After Day. This is I think it's an Australian copy, this, of No Matter What. It does say A. I can't see it. Catalogue number is A9316. So on the A side, you've got No Matter What. And on the B side, it's Better Days. Slightly lighter Apple label. But this record is virtually mint. Very nice thing to have. Say price wise, roughly 15 quid, 10, 15 quid. This next one is the one that I wish I'd got a UK copy of, but unfortunately this is I think it's German, and this was the last single that Badfinger ever released on Apple, and it's Apple of My Eye. Lovely song. Again, should have been a massive hit. Catalogue number on this is 5C006-95190. Doesn't actually say where it was made though. I think could be French. On the B side, you've got Blind Owl, and it was produced by Chris Thomas, and Badfinger. And like I say, this was actually the last ever record that Badfinger released on Apple. In fact, I don't even know if this charted in the UK. It should have, it should have been a really, really massive hit. If you've got Spotify or anything like that, or other streaming services, just, and you want to know a bit more about Badfinger, look up that one, Apple of My Eye. Well, I'm sorry, but it's time to go away. Brilliant song. Brilliant, really, really is. Next, we've got probably one of the most commonest Apple singles you can get in the UK. It might be a bit harder to find it elsewhere in the world, but it's Those Were the Days by Mary Hopkin. Of course, the A-side was produced by Paul McCartney, wasn't it? Apple 2. And on the B-side was Turn, Turn, Turn again, used by Paul McCartney. Not a bad nick, actually, this. Not going to be worth a great deal, is it? Because it sold in its millions, didn't it? In the UK, it's probably worth about a fiver, to be honest, in that condition. Nice job, though. Like I said, the whole point of this video is to look at, Apple wasn't just about the Beatles in a lot of ways, was it? This is a slightly different version of it, because this is a solid centre version now, where that was the push-out centre. Still the same song, although this is in really nice condition. So again, on the A side, you've got Those Were the Days, produced by Paul McCartney. Apple 2, 1968. And on the B side is Turn, Turn, Turn. You can probably see this one. That is in actually nice condition. That one might be worth about a tenner at a push, and it does look like it is in the original Apple sleeve as well. I've got another copy of it here as well. And this is a three-pronged version, which I think means it was either pressed by CBS or somebody like that. Push out centre. Three prongs means this where it's attached to the actual record. Push them out. Most are 4. That's a 3. Which means it is actually worth slightly more. Probably say about £15 probably. So that's three different versions of the same single there. That was Apple 2, wasn't it? This is Apple 10. It's again is another Mary Hopkins song, Goodbye, which is actually written by Lennon and McCartney, although I think it was just basically Paul, wasn't it? And produced by Paul McCartney again. And on the B side is Sparrow, I think it is. Gallagher and Lyle song, again produced by Paul McCartney. Not the hardest of records to find in the UK, to be honest, Mary Hopkin. You're getting, there and there, and like I say, anything in, really, really good condition, you 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 will pay for it. This is another version. This is in nice condition again. Exactly the same. Goodbye. Now we've got another version of it, and this time this one is a solid centre, which means they are, if you was going to sell them, they are actually worth slightly different amounts. That is actually in nice condition and probably worth anywhere between £5 and £15. So it's probably nearer the £5 mark. Then. Nice though. They are nice to have. Anything on Apple is collectible. Whether it's collectible and only a few pound, or it can be collectible and worth, a few hundred. Belma Harbour. Again, Mary Hopkin. This time it's in a picture sleeve. Apple 22. Same photo on both sides. No producer's credit for the second side. The A side is actually produced by Mickey Mouse, who was a very famous record producer once in the late 60s, early 70s in the UK. In nice condition. Probably not worth a hell of a lot of money. Probably worth, best part of a fiver. Apple 26, a song for Europe. Again, Mary Hopkin. Do you know what it is? Knock, knock, who's there? Again, produced by Mickey Mouse. Was actually quite a good song, in all fairness, wasn't it? I'm Going to Fall in Love Again is the B-side. Why it says a song for Europe is because that was that year's entry for the Eurovision Song Contest in 1970. I don't think she won it, did she? I don't think she actually won it, but very good. Apple 26. Next up we have another one, not Knock Who's There. This time it's just in a plain black sleeve, not in quite as good condition. Most of these Mary Hopkin ones are probably worth between £3 to £10. Which is a shame because, they are lovely records and lovely songs. Production, everything's nice on it. She's got a nice voice as well. I think her voice does suit the song that she did sing on Apple singles. There's actually a very rare Mary Hopkin LP, which I haven't got, which is actually called Those Were the Days, which had a very, very limited run in the UK, and that's worth quite a lot of money. Apple 30, Think About Your Children. And this has actually got the lyrics on the back of it, produced by Mickey Mouse again. The B-side was Heritage, and I didn't know that Think About Your Children was actually written by members of Hot Chocolate. I don't know if they played on it or not. Like this is in virtually excellent condition. Again from 1970. Solid centre. Apple 30. That might be worth a little bit more because it's the picture sleeve. Tony Wilson, Errol Brown, and Margaret Wilson, I think it says. And then the B side was Callagher and Lyle again. This is another version of Think About Your Children. Again, virtually mint condition, but not with the original centre, unfortunately. So that would have had a push-out centre originally. Nice though. I got some. Now this one is a bit of a rarity, to be honest with you. This is Apple 15. Apple 15. It's the Hare Krishna mantra, used by George Harrison. Prayer to the Spiritual Masters is on the B side. Apple Publishing Credits, again produced by George Harrison. I know I've got a copy of this somewhere in a picture sleeve, but I don't actually know where it is at the minute. Like I say, I've got this box, I've got a box up there, I've got a box there, I've got some up there. But this is like my main box, that's why we're going through it. Again, this is another copy of it. But again, this hasn't got the original centre. Nice condition though. Probably not as nice, probably not as good as that other one. Again, produced by George Harrison. I'd say they are worth between £10 and £20. They are actually quite hard to get. They did actually release an album as well on Apple. This is Apple 25. And again, this is the Hare Krishna movement. And it's Gavada. I can't even read what's on B. So Apple Publishing Credits. Again, produced by George Harrison. I mean, if saying these are sort of like religious records, they did have quite a good beat to them, like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. That's probably worth best part of 20 quid. Now we've got Apple 17. I say they're not in nearly any order, it's just that, you know, got more than one copy of some. This is Golden Slumbers and Carry That Weight. It's not by the Beatles. It's by Trash. That was the name of the band, Trash. This in itself is very, very rare, this record. But there is actually another version of this, which is even rarer, where the band is actually credited as White Trash. It's on the B side. Trash Can is on the B side. B side was produced by Tony Meehan, who was the original drummer in the Shadows, wasn't he? Oh, and the A side. It is actually a good version of Golden Slumbers and Carry That Weight. Not quite as good as the Beatles, but like I say, that is actually there. That's probably worth around about the £25 mark. Like I say, the one with where they're credited as White Trash does actually go for a little bit more. The other oddity, I haven't got it, is Hot Chocolate. We talked about members of Hot Chocolate earlier on, weren't we? They actually did a reggae version of Give Peace a Chance. This one's Apple 12, Billy Preston. That's That's the Way God Planned It. And the B-side is What About You. This is the UK copy. So like I say, it is Apple 12. Again, produced by George Harrison. I think Billy Preston wrote it, didn't he? But it does have Apple publishing credit. That's the way God planned it. That's the way He wants it to be. It is actually a very, very catchy record. I think he sang it at the concerts for Bangladesh, didn't he? This is another version of it. Again, UK version, Apple 12. That one is in slightly better condition then. So these are probably, the Billy Preston ones are probably worth around £10 to £15. So unfortunately, he's no longer with us now, is he either? I'd say that's the better cover than that one, although they look very, very similar. But that one is in the record is in better condition. We also have the USA version now of That's the Way God Planned It, with the push out centre. What About You? On the side. Again, probably worth around the £10 mark. Next up, we've got Apple 19, which is no, something. Just excuse me 1 sec. Yeah, right. It's hard to see because it's very dark. This is called Everything's All Right. Again, it's by Billy Preston, produced by George Harrison. It's very dark on the label. B-side is I Want to Thank You. Again, produced by George Harrison. Apple publishing credits again. Again, probably worth between £10 and £15, I'd say. It's in nice condition, actually, that. This next one's a bit of a weird one. John Lennon's backing band, when he did live in New York City, was a band called The Elephant's Memory. They also featured on Sometime in New York City, didn't they? So this is a UK single, Apple 45, produced by John and Yoko. You've got Power Boogie, and you've got Liberation Special. That's Liberation Special. And then Power Boogie. The full Apple on both sides. I think in the US, Liberation Special had a different B-side, because I think Liberation Special and Power Boogie were both released as different singles, weren't they? So not bad condition. It's got a slight scratch on it. Again, very rare. The UK album is rare. I've got a UK version and a American version. This one, We're On Our Way. Chris Hodge, Apple 43. And on the B side is Super Soul. And this one is actually quite nice because it is a demo record, and it is a proper demo record. Not for sale. Demo record, not for sale. That one, value wise, I don't know. It's hardly been played, to be honest. It has hardly been played. I would say, because it's a demo, I mean, the record itself is, the UK version is hard to get anyway. Produced by Tony Cox, one of Yoko Ono's first wife, first husband. Tony Cox, I'm sure he was. So yeah, I would say that's worth around 50, £75 for that record. Because, like I say, the record is virtually, well, it's excellent. Excellent. Plus. I won't say mint because it has been played because I've played it, but I would say that's probably as close to mint as you'll ever get one. Lovely, isn't it? Absolutely lovely. So that's going to be it for part 4, which is part 4, isn't it? The only other one that I did have on here, which isn't really Apple, it was a Julian Lennon one, which came out and you folded it all out. I mean, I'll show you, but it's like a poster bag, so you opens it all up and it becomes a poster. So for part 5, which is going to be tomorrow, we will be looking at some of the Beatles solo singles, which are on Apple and Dark Horse and Polydor and all sorts. Like I'm saying, we've only actually gone through one row. That's just one row there, and that's took us 4 parts. So it's took us like, if we've got time, it's probably best part 3 hours there, isn't it? For them 4 parts. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's been entertaining. I hope it hasn't been too boring for you, because I know sometimes when these videos, some videos are long, you want to just forward wind them, which is okay, just forward wind it to the bits that you like. But I just thought it'd be nice to do something about Apple records, the singles, that really isn't anything to do with the Beatles, although like George Harrison did produce a few of them, Paul McCartney did produce a few of them. So I hope you enjoyed it. As I say, I don't take myself that serious. So for everybody that is watching my videos, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And for everybody that is subscribed, again, thank you very much. It is nice to know that some people do like what I'm doing. Some people might not like what I'm doing, but as a collector and as a Beatles fan, all I'm doing is sharing some of my records within, some of my knowledge, things like that, of course, as time goes on, these records will actually become rarer and rarer and rarer, aren't they? Especially for the original ones. But things that you've got to look forward to tomorrow are Give Peace a Chance, picture sleeve, Cold Turkey, original picture sleeve. So there will be things to look at tomorrow. There's hundreds there. We might actually have to do that that's going to be at least a 3-part one, isn't it? I mean, probably one Paul McCartney part might have to be in 2 parts. So I think he's got the most singles out. I'm not in there, but anyway, by the by, that's by the by. So I hope you've enjoyed my videos that I've done today. I've done 4 today. Well, it's really one video, but split into 4, isn't it? So I hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, if you're collecting, just be careful out there. It is still quite a nasty world out there at the minute. Everybody thinks this COVID thing's gone, but it hasn't, has it? It's still there. It's not as bad as it was, obviously, but so yeah, just cherish one another and love one another. As for your records, as always, cherish your records, love your records, clean your records, but above all, play your records. So until tomorrow, I think it will be tomorrow. Hopefully, I will get to do that other side tomorrow. But like I say, I might have to split it into so many parts, like I have today. So yeah, so that's part 4. So tomorrow, or the next video, will be part 5, or there'll be another day, if that makes sense. yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to love you and leave you all now. I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to treat my missus to a Chinese, I think, because she's not very well at the minute, and I love her to bits. So, we have to do what we can for one another, don't we? But that's enough about me. So, as I've said, I hope you've enjoyed my videos and I hope you've enjoyed watching them as much as I've enjoyed making them and doing them. Yeah, I did so. So, until the next time, look after one another, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow in part 5 of my Beatles singles.